Welcome to one of the most beautiful settings in college football. Husky Stadium sits on the banks of Lake Washington, nestled between the Cascades and the Olympic Mountains. Fans have arrived by land and sea. It doesn't get much better than this. Today, two teams from the even bigger Big Ten clash, a conference that now stretches from the Atlantic all the way to the Pacific. This will be a good one. As we'll see, the Illinois Fighting Illini taking on the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kurt Kernstreet. Kurt, let's get right to the action. Illinois will kick it off to get us underway. Bringing it out, it's Coleman. And he's tackled at the 6. Bad field position. Don't know why he brought that out. We'll see what the offense can do starting inside their own 20. Scanning the field, it's Williams. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived at the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
With the first down from the 17, more comfortable position for this offense now. Off Off the play fake, looking to throw. Swarm for the pass rush. A sack.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
First down loss sets up 2nd and long from the 11. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking deep to the right side. Oh, the pass is picked off.
Chris, you have all week to kind of find the matchups that you want. They clearly wanted to go after this defensive back. They looked at it first drive of the game. They make the throw. It's just a poor decision, in my opinion, by this quarterback, and it cost him.
Play action here on first down. Looking to scramble. And left with no option, just has to throw it away.
Man, I like this play. I mean, not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Dropping back, it's Outlier. Quick throw to his receiver. Makes the grab and keeps the foot in bounds. That's going to be enough for a first down. Great play.
Great job by the quarterback with an accurate throw against man coverage for a first down. Overall, by the entire group, good execution by this offense.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. On the run here, lets it go. Makes the catch. It's Dixon. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Looking to throw yet again. It's caught. Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line, the offense threatening here.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
The Illini line up now, 1st and goal. Here's a throw underneath to the back. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Illinois.
That's what I love about this running back is he's so dangerous after the catch. You know, you look at him and you think about the ability to run between tackles or even bounce it outside, and that's great. But what makes him really one of the more dangerous backs in the country is this right here. Catch the ball to the backfield, make people miss, and take it into the end zone.
And they get set now to try the PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Coleman. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Huskies offense is back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. On the run, it's Coleman. This one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Receiver makes the grab. They stop him at the 22, but that's important breathing room on this drive. Fresh center downs for the offense after that 1st down completion. Back to pass. It's Williams. Pressure is coming. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
So, second down after the incompletion. They're going to run it here. Not much on that play. Brought down short.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid game.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Breaking free at midfield. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen right here by this offense. They let the rushers get upfield, completely oblivious that the blockers are getting out in front and getting downfield, put the ball right on the back, and let him have all that space and an escort in front of him to pick up big yards.
They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Incompletion makes it second and short. Here's the handoff. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
That's good for first down yardage now at the 26.
Yeah, I love how the back didn't really dance around trying to make a big play. He knew it was third down in inches, lower the shoulder, get the first down.
To throw, it's Williams. Running back grabs it on a screen. Breaks into the clear. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Great patience here, great execution by the entire offense. The quarterback kind of baits the defense towards him, drops it off to the back, and he's got a
intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
So the offense begins this drive backed up at the 4-yard line. Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Breaks into the clear. He's at the 50. Now the 40. The 30. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, fighting Illini. A catch and run by the big tight end. What a weapon this guy is.
What a great example of why this tight end is one of the top tight ends in college football. This guy's got great speed, but he also has the power to be able to break through those arm tackles and take it to the end zone.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out. It's Coleman. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. Drive will begin backed up at their own 10-yard line. Back to pass. It's Williams. He's running out of time here. aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
Second down play coming up for this offense. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Looking for the wide out. And it falls incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried to throw that time.
I mean, you don't see this very often. They just pressured the quarterback, and did you see how many guys that were rushing him? 3. You have 8 guys in coverage, and you can get that kind of pressure on a quarterback with 3 rushing.
Good throw to the left. Oh, what a grab! Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, if I'm this defense, you get these guys to third down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage roll to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
It's an out route, the catch made, and he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Let's it fly to the wideout. Grab made near the sidelines. Good job keeping the foot in bounds. That'll be enough for a first down.
Great conversion here for this Washington offense and another first down. And I tell you, this guy's living up to the expectations of a Washington quarterback. They've had some great play out of that position over the years.
Bringing pressure. On the move now. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And tackled there by the defense.
And that is always the toughest thing for a defense, when you cover the initial routes by the receivers, but then they start their second routes adjusting to the quarterback scramble, and they're able to get open. And when you have a quarterback who can run around and buy time, it makes it so much tougher on coverage.
Here we go, third and short on the 7th play of this drive. To throw, it's Williams. That's caught. It's Green. Big-time conversion to keep the drive going. First down now from the 30. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. Finding space at the 20. And he steps out of bounds. A big play, an exciting end to this first quarter. Through the first quarter, both quarterbacks have been lighting it up, as the stats reflect. Crucial stage of the game as we begin the second quarter. Is this one going to get out of hand? So here we go. An exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a first and goal. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
Now they go with the option, and they didn't fool the defense at all. You know, this defense has worked all week on defending the option and being fundamentally sound. That time, really good job with assignment football. Nowhere to go in a very short game.
All right, it's second down and goal now for this offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss.
And on second goal, the offense goes with the speed to try to get the ball out to the edge. But how about this defense? Not only are they physical, but here they show what kind of speed they have as well.
Trying to throw for it on third and goal. Caught in the backfield. It's Coleman. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
That's a good job by this offense getting positive yards here on this third and goal, but now they're facing fourth and goal. Big decision on whether or not to settle for the field goal to at least get some points or roll the dice and try to get this ball into the end zone on fourth down.
No surprise here. The coach has got the offense on the field. They'll go for it on fourth and goal. Number 1. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Huskies.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. With the extra point, they're down 14-7 now. So after Putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. So the Illinois offense heads back out onto the field. This offense scores the defense with a lightning strike. A one-play touchdown in the last possession. Let's see if they can duplicate that magic here. Here's a quick screen to the receiver. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Back to throw. It's Outlier. Receiver makes the catch. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
Illinois getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And there's the handoff. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. Tackle is made. That's a short gain, well short of the marker.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Cannot connect, incomplete, and now 4th down.
Oof, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on that sideline about that play call. You got to wonder if they're going to go for it anyway on 4th down, but what would be the play call?
Trying for a 4th down completion. It's complete. That's enough for a 1st down. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
I thought the defense did a pretty good job here on this 4th down, but how about the quarterback? Throws an absolute laser to get that one in there for the 1st down.
That completion good for a 1st down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Looks to the left, pass caught. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
To the air. It's Outlier. Catch made on the out route. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
Illinois now operating in the red zone. Here's an easy completion to the back out of the backfield. The tackle is made, but the gain sets the offense up. 1st and goal from the 9.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out the space.
Gain makes it 2nd and goal from the 9. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Pass caught, can he get in? The offense has it, it's still going.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
It's the 2-minute timeout. Nice to have a close game here as we approach the half. So here we go. After a long drive, it's 3rd and goal. Can they punch it in or settle for 3? Quarterback making some changes at the line. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw the ball. And he will score! Touchdown, Illinois! Now the important point after attempt. PHC is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Coleman. And he's tackled at the 6. Bad field position. Don't know why he brought that out. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. To throw, it's Williams. Makes a quick catch.
And the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down with the clock ticking. He'll hand it off. Crosses the 25. It's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28. So it's a 1st down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. The sure hands. It's Coleman. Defense shoves it out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. It's a shotgun run call. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Love this early in the game by this defense. Taking control of the line of scrimmage. Not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the 1st down.
Play fake. Looking to throw. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Boy, 3rd down and short. They decide to throw the football, roll the dice a bit, doesn't work out. Now you're at 4th and short. You got to wonder, with this offensive line and this running back, do you run the football to convert, or do they try to go through the air again?
He's got it, and that is enough for a 1st down. Breaking free at the 35. They make the stop, but it's a big play at the 31.
That's what you love to see from the quarterback, recognizing the receivers past the marker, and a good job by the receiver to know where he needed to go to get that 1st down.
That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. He's looking deep here. He's got it near the end zone. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal. Timeout called by the defense, their 1st of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. And the Huskies come up to the line in the hurry-up. Moves out of the pocket. He muscled out of bounds, very close to the goal line.
Boy, Chris, I thought when he took off on his scramble, I thought he had a chance to maybe get it to the end zone. But the defense does a nice job. Yeah, they gave up a couple yards, but they kept him out of the end zone.
4-1-4 satellite.
He'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. He bought some time, now lets it go. And it's caught! Touchdown, Washington! A much-needed score, but trying to just hang in this game right now.
Man, I love that they're not giving up. They're continuing to fight to try to get themselves back into this game.
And now the try here for the extra point. The extra point is good. They're down by a touchdown, 21-14. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime of the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. He'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Dropping back. It's Outlier. Quick throw. Catch made on the out route. Oh, and he hits out of bounds after a really nice gain there. Completion good for first down yardage for this offense. From the shotgun, drops back. Grab down the middle. It's Dixon. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. He's got a man down the middle. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half.
Timeout, Illinois.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Lets it go quickly. Incomplete with 4 seconds remaining. Time for just one more play.
Boy, he just missed another one, Chris. That would have been touchdown number 4 for this quarterback. Still, what a performance we've seen from this guy today. And he's not done yet.
So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. So on 2nd down, they'll try out the field goal unit, trying to get 3 before halftime. And he's got it, no problem. And that will extend their lead even further. And that's going to wrap it up. A very interesting first half. Can't wait to see what happens in the second half. The Huskies will kick it off to begin the second half. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So the Fighting Illini offense is back out on the field now. Passing game's been on fire. The defense has had no answer for it. Let's see if they found some solutions at halftime. And that pass is way off the mark. Not sure who you meant to throw that ball to.
Well, it's really hard to be accurate when you're falling back and not getting anything on the football. He threw that ball off his back foot.
Looking to throw. It's Outlier. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They bring him down after a short gain there.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
Makes a quick grab. Crosses the 45. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. And that completion, Kirk, puts him over 300 yards passing today.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback has a day like this, really it all has to come together with the offensive line play, the receivers running these great routes, and he's just in sync. He's kind of in that zone right now. He'll be the first one to tell you how much his teammates have helped him out today. Chris, the advantage you have, obviously, from a quarterback standpoint, running the RPO, is you get time to evaluate that 1st and 2nd level of the defense and see where they're going. Unfortunately, the defense didn't show him much, and the back ends up taking it for just a few.
2 backs now flanking the quarterback. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Dump off caught by the running back. Finds room at the 30. They get him to the ground, but it's 1st down now at the 28.
Boy, great job here by the quarterback to find the running back out of the backfield. That'll earn his team a new set of downs.
Illinois getting set with a 1st and 10 now. He's going to hand this off. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Ball carrier tackled at the 2, a solid gain on that completion.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Illinois lines up 1st and goal now. And he's brought down right at the line. They'll spot the ball still right there at the 2. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. You're right. He shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
He keeps it on a design run. Motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Illini.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Washington offense retakes the field here. On 1st down, it's play action. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation. Running out of time in the pocket. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Caught over the middle. It's Green. They bring it down, but the drive has now reached the 35. And the Huskies come to the line looking to crank up the tempo.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
They bring him down, but a solid game there on 1st down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker. Important 2nd down play coming up. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be 1st down yardage. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. And they get the conversion there. Set up now 1st down at the 38.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Good route running by that receiver on the corner. Was able to make a sharp break and run toward that open hole in the defense.
Washington getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
You know, a lot of times you see teams go up-tempo when they've got momentum. It comes off to a big gain. These guys are struggling, and yet here they go, going back to old reliable, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage again.
Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Play action fake, looking to throw. Looking to the end zone. Downfield shot, falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Looking downfield near the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. He could go. Across midfield. At the 30 now. At the 10. Touchdown, Illinois. The defense produces 6 points.
Wow, that's a risky throw here, so close to the goal line. This defender makes this interception, Chris. Sometimes you see a guy hesitant. He might think about taking a knee. This guy didn't. It gave him momentum and the speed that he needed to be able to get to the end zone.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Coleman. He's tackled at the 10, not good field position to start the drive. Drive will begin backed up at their own 10-yard line. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and there's just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Grabbed by the receiver, and he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the 3rd quarter. And notice how the balance of this passing game's been on display here. A whole bunch of guys getting involved catching passes. That's tough to stop. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this 3rd down. To the air, it's Williams. Quick throw to his receiver. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
It's just so hard in these late-game situations when you're trailing by this much to try to get the ball downfield against nickel or dime coverage. They're inviting you to take that underneath throw, hoping you burn the clock as you go.
Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to chip away at this lead. Needs a completion here on 4th down. The pass rush closing in. Can't connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
The Illini line up now, first and goal. They're going to run the option. Pitch to the back. They've got him behind the line. The option doesn't work at all.
There you go. Love to see the willingness of a corner who's not just out there to cover, but he's a complete corner. That's what he just displayed, an ability to come up, took the pitch on, and that's a loss for the offense.
They lose 3 in that play, so now it's second down and 13. Important play coming up. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They'll run the option. Pitch play to the back. Fighting off the defender. A jerk to man, but not much room to maneuver. Stopped after a small gain.
Hey, I can understand why they're trying to run the football here, but Chris, let's face it, the way this quarterback's been throwing it around, I'm surprised we didn't see them call his number. He's already thrown for 3 touchdowns.
Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
The coach is not feeling the field goal attempt. They're going for it on 4th and goal here. Dropping back. It's Outlier. Looking for the wideout. Touchdown, fighting Illini. This passing game is on fire today.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Washington offense is back out on the field now. The last time they went forward on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. Can they bounce back here? Looking to scramble. On the run, he'll let it go.
Love the idea of the defense getting more speed on the field, whether it's nickel or dime, get as many defensive backs on the field as you can, and then sit back when you're working with this kind of lead in the 4th quarter. You don't want to give up the big play, force them to throw underneath, tackle them inbounds, and keep that clock moving.
And he's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Defense is coming after him. The pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Now here we are in the 4th quarter. The offense just trying to come up with something to try to spark this offense and give them a chance at a comeback. Unfortunately, the defense is playing smart. They're sitting back, anticipating these deep throws.
Let's it fly to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They've got him, but not before he makes a first down at the 41.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pick.
He's in the clear. At the 20. Inside the 10. He takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
I love the fact they didn't give up today. This has not been a great game for them, but the fact that they're still fighting late says a lot about the character of this football team.
And they'll set up for the PAT. And the PAT is good. The formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery. Illinois sends the offense back out on the field. This has been a dominant performance so far, up double digits at the break, building on the lead here in the second half. With the catch, it's Dixon. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
You know, they've got a lead here late in the game, and the play calling, I think, shows you how much confidence they have in this quarterback. He's had a pretty clean game today, and this decision to still throw the ball with the lead shows you that they believe he's going to make the right decisions and make accurate throws.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Hey, I get that passing the football has had a lot to do with you building up this big lead, but at this point in the game, man, take care of your players, get them out of here healthy, run the football, and get out with a win.
Quick throw caught on the left side. Heads out of bounds after a solid game.
I mean, Chris, look at this guy. I mean, you talk about having a great day throwing the football and leading his team to a nice, comfortable lead late in the game, and it continues. The coach is showing confidence of what he can do.
Illinois getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball inside the 10-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Chris, this is a great game, but I'm always so impressed with the offensive line because they sell this as much as anything. The quarterback's making the read, trying to figure out if the defense is committed to the run or the pass, and then he's going to go the other direction. He makes the right throw here out to the flat to the right, but the offensive line showing the defense it's a run look is what opens this up eventually for the nice game.
Quick throw, that's an RPO caught on the left side. Touchdown, Illinois. This offense cannot be stopped.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play called, and continuing to put points on the board.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
Washington, 21.
Bringing it out, it's Washington. Steps out at the 21-yard line. Tried to make something happen on the return. Cost himself 4 yards. And the Washington offense heads back out on the field. Desperate times here. They need points, and they have to score quickly. The pocket breaking down. Fires it on the move. Catch made in space. Look out. Gets into space at the 50. They get him down, but a big play moves it to the 45. One massive play, and suddenly they're at the plus 45-yard line here. Looking to pass. It's Williams. On the move now. Using his legs here.
Well, that's just being crafty right here by this quarterback. It's not there. You pick up what you can and stay ahead of the chains. And who knows, do this enough, they'll have to start spying on this quarterback, which could open up some passing lanes that weren't there before.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Hit as he released it. And it falls incomplete.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
New set of downs for the offense, 1st and 10. And he'll set up to throw. Deep shot toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. Incompletion makes it 2nd down. Back to throw again. He escapes the pocket. He'll throw it now. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? Oh, he's bringing it back. And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense.
Well, that interception really about cost him the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
So the Illinois offense heads back out onto the field. This has been a tremendous performance by this team. Now just the finishing touches. Run out the clock and let the party begin. Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. So the offense will decline the penalty and just take the result of that play. Wideouts now clustered. Back to throw. It's Altmaier. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Chris, another accurate throw by this quarterback, and this guy has just been on fire all game long. Over 200 yards passing, but more importantly, making great decisions for this offense and put them in a position to win this game.
Quick throw complete to the tight end. And he's brought down after a big 1st down gain. It's 2nd and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Less than a yard to go as they come to the line on 2nd down. Short connection to the tight end here. They bring him down to the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. I mean, 1st down.
Chris, a lot of these NFL scouts think that his speed is unique. I think it's the route running and the instincts to read coverage that really separates him. He has put on a show today.
Illinois getting set with a 1st and 10 now. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Caught quickly. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now.
Well, these guys just won't let up. I mean, they already have this game out of reach. They have a big lead. They're still throwing the football and still just putting it on this defense every chance they get.
Touchdown, fighting Illini. This offense really clicking.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
Empty set as they try for the 2-point conversion. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And he'll make it into the end zone to increase the lead even more.
Oh, how about this call? They completely spread the defense out with this empty set. 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off, and they still get it done. Great timing by the quarterback and his receiver.
On the hands team all over. The ball is loose. The offense able to fall on it and avoid the turnover. Got lucky that time. And the Huskies offense is back out on the field. They need a miracle. A couple of them here in the last couple minutes. Down big. Looking downfield near the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete. He flat out dropped what would have been a touchdown. Second down coming up now. Second down play coming up. Dropping back. It's Williams. It's another deep shot. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on.
Trailing by this much in the fourth quarter, the defense playing smart. They know you've got to take some deeper shots to try to get back into this game with a big play. And the margin of error for this quarterback shrinks with every pass attempt.
Gets some space around the 30. The tackle is finally made, but the gain is all the way to the 24. And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play. The offense really clicking here. And looking to throw now on first down. Moves out of the pocket. Oh, the pass rush gets home. A sack to end it as the defense punctuates this victory. Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.